Got the shit in it.
From the 757 to the 713, where you know we stay whipping through the streets. Some will call it swinging bang, some will call it slow ride. I just call it cruising to the beat.
It's the Cruising Podcast.
Cruising to the beat.
It's the Cruising Podcast.
Cruising to the.
Yo, welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is Monday, June 22nd. Holy mother of pearl. We are almost at the end of June and almost to my birthday. Yeah, let's go. And also the 8th anniversary of the podcast. This is it. Damn, I can't. This podcast has lasted longer than all my jobs that I've ever had. So yeah, so that's where we're at with the pod. So man, so what we're gonna do today is pretty much talk about, you know, since this month is like men's mental health awareness month, I thought I'll talk to you guys about a little bit of a obstacle I had to get through this weekend. Also, we are going to be doing the Euphoria series finale review and the Boys series finale review, which is, I can't believe I haven't talked about that yet. And then Murdoch's The Death in the Family. And then DTF St. Louis, if we got a little bit of time or energy, you know what I'm saying? We're going to try to get through all that. So with that, I'd like to say I love you guys. Where you can find the Cruising Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere you can find your podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, you can find the latest updates of the show. It's on Instagram at Cruising Podcast. That's also on Twitter at Nicetown Finest. As you guys know, this past Sunday was Father's Day. And this past Sunday was Father's Day, and as you guys are definitely fully aware, my dad passed away late last year, and this is the first Father's Day where he's not on Earth. He's not here with us, and it was difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you. What kind of softens the blow a little bit, I'm not gonna lie to you, is that it was also my niece's birthday. So happy birthday, Alexis, of course. But it did help soften the blow. But at the same time, I was kind of down, especially this weekend, because this is this just the thought process alone was it was difficult. I ain't gonna lie to you. Every day is a different day for me, and I had to take myself to the gym and just get lost in the weights. Like I went to the gym pretty early that day, just got a good lift in and just try to like clear my mind, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got choked up a few times in there. On Saturday, actually. Saturday night, I was in there. I was just like, man, it just kept hitting me. It just kept hitting me. And then Sunday morning, it kept hitting me also. But also, like I said, it definitely softened the blow with my niece's birthday. But it was a difficult time. Got through it for sure. That continue to get through it, continue to move forward, continue to, just say what I need to say to him, spiritually and everything like that. Try to, just praying and just hoping, just praying and just trying to just, live, let go, and let God deal with it. But sometimes you have to feel it, and I had to feel it, and it's been an interesting road. Seeing if you haven't seen the Instagram or my TikTok or anything like that, you'll see a picture, of course, of a picture that it's kind of crazy. I was on my Gmail, and I haven't used my ancestry.com in years. I haven't really touched it in years. And it tells me I have a new hint, and it's about my dad. I'm like, oh, so what? Y'all just want to just continue to hit me with that he passed away? Yes, I know. Thank you. Actually, it's crazy. There's a picture I'd never seen of him before. It was his I think his high school picture. That's his high school picture that I posted. I've never seen that picture before. Really, I need to go to his house and find the picture of me and him when I was a baby. I actually, it might be in my book actually. Now I think about it. So yeah, that was kind of, it was trippy because it was a couple of weeks. I don't think I talked about this, but it was like definitely like maybe a month after he passed away. Like I got this hint about him, and like I said, I've never seen this picture of him before. I don't think he's ever posted a picture of him like this before or anything like that. It was crazy. It was definitely one of the crazier things ever. I was like, wow, I've never seen this picture of him, and so I had to use it for sure. Had to use that one. So him looking younger and dapper, saying, look at with his tie on and everything, man, yeah. So it just it brings me great joy that we did get connected again. I just wish we did take a picture when when we was older, but that would have been great. But I don't know why I do that. I've never understood why I do that. I will forget or I get nervous about asking somebody or anything like that. I need to get better at that. I really do, to capture the moments and things like that, not just to put it on Instagram, but to actually like be able to go back to the moment that of all that. So it was cool, man. It was cool to see that. Cool to see that hint. Come up. It was like, wow, damn. You know, he was a young man at one point. Yeah, always I got to remember he was a young man at one point, and he was, he had the whole life ahead of him and things. So, um, like I said, this was a difficult weekend. No, I'll be lying if I said it was easy. It's been a very difficult weekend, and well, we fought through it. We got through it, and heading into another work week, and getting ready to go. Get ready for my birthday and things like that. So it's a lot. It's been a lot mentally. So, but we're doing good. I'm good, man. I would have told you, like, if you would have asked me Sunday if I was good, I'd probably lie to you and tell you I was, but I'm not. I wasn't. I wasn't. I was cool. I was better than before, but it was definitely a hard time. Let's be real, mentally, and yeah, we got through. But like I said, man, we got through it, man, for sure. But like I said, once again, man, happy birthday to my niece. Actually, I was told by my mother years and years and years ago that I was supposed to be born on June 21st. But I had to cook a little bit longer, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to cook. If I want to come into this world, it has to be with a bang. You know what I'm saying? So it had to be July 4th. It just had to be. So it just, it's just what it is. But yeah, so if anybody else who's going through a difficult time, this is your first year and things like that, just know you weren't alone. I know I wasn't alone. I've seen a lot of people posting about their late fathers and things, and I was just sitting there. I was like, all right, you're not alone in this. You're not the only one that lost their dad. So you can't act like the world is against you when the same thing happened to somebody else and they're going through the same exact probably feelings and everything like that. So it definitely brought me solace that I wasn't alone in the thought process. So yeah, man, I just I'm good now, though. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually in a better mental space. Yesterday I was gonna do a podcast, but I was like, nah, we ain't gonna do that because I will be barely able to talk. I ain't gonna lie. So with that's the start of the pod. I'm sorry if that was morbid for you guys. Or if you relate, please let me know, man. I would like I said, I'm a human. I'm human just like you're a human. You're a human just like I'm a human. That's just what we are. That's that. We go through emotions. We go through difficult times, and we have to be able to cross that bridge when it gets there. So, just been really working on myself, to tell you all the truth. So, so we're going to continue on to Euphoria. The series finales. Yeah, it was a series finale. Let's be real. I'm angry. Okay, sorry, my bad. I'm gonna preface this with this is a spoiler. Okay, spoiler review of Euphoria, the last season. I don't like how they killed my girl. It's just, I think it was the worst thing they could have did. I think that the ending was great. It was a good ending. You know, Coleman Domingo is an amazing actor. Let's be real. Really becoming the father figure in Rue's life was definitely the best decision that the show could have made. You know what I mean? Of course, they was doing all the other crazy shit, but overall, he was the best addition to this episode for sure. I would not lie and tell you, like, I the problem is that the show was based on Rue. It's supposed to be based around Rue. I'm sorry if everybody thinks it was an ensemble cast. We really came there for Zendaya's great acting. Yo, she plays a drug addict a little too well. Let's be real for a minute. No, but she really drove the show. And for me to kill her off in the first 30 minutes of the hour of the show is just like, what are we doing here? Like, you should have did everybody else's story beforehand, before like the dude slips her fentanyl. And I was mad as shit. I was very mad. Like, she was done doing drugs. She was sober. Well, not done doing drugs, let's be real. She was a chronic fucking drug addict. And it just sucks that, like, they killed her off within the first, like, 30 minutes of an hour and some change show. And the rest of the episode is just like, nobody really knows she's dead, you know. And Maddie is the biggest snitch of them all. I don't understand why she just couldn't shut the fuck up. Like, why would you go and tell a big drug dealer that your friend, who's supposedly your friend, why would you sit there and say, like, what's up with her being with the DEA and things like that? I'm like, yo, you just gave her a death sentence, you dick. Like, why would you even talk? Like, shut up. That situation had nothing to do with Maddie. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part of it. Had nothing to do with her. Also, the dude Nate, of course we all hated Nate. Let's be real. Nobody liked Nate. Nate didn't have to go out like that, though. That was fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. That was a little. The man got his fingers chopped off and his toes and all this shit chopped off, and the way he goes out is by a rattlesnake going inside of the hole in which he was buried alive in. A rattlesnake going through the breathing hole that he needed. So that was messed up. Everybody else's storyline really didn't connect. Like, I didn't understand it. Like, I was just like, why would y'all put this as the final 30? Why didn't you put Rue's story as the final 30? Like, because if you would have reversed it, in my opinion, it would have been a better series finale. It would have not been so spread out, like, storyline wise. It just felt like it was really spread out. And I don't think Maddie, I really don't think all of them knew that she was dead either, which is even crazier. So, yeah. And for Jules to only get like a couple minutes of FaceTime on this episode 2 was a little fucked. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was it wasn't fair. I think this season didn't really have Jules in it, and I didn't understand that part either. That, like, her whole role didn't make any sense to me. It just felt like, for a show that was so big on a big ensemble team, it seemed like it got really condensed down to a few characters, and it did not end well. I really don't think so. Hold on, it's Cassie. That's her name. Her name is Cassie. Cassie's character becoming the OnlyFans model, of course, throughout the season, and becoming whatever she became. Becoming really like a OnlyFans, like making the creator house in Nate's old house, well, her and Nate's house. The wedding was stupid. I think that wedding was the most. It was weird. It was. Let's be real. The whole season was weird. It was weirdly done. It was weirdly. It was weirdly. What's the word? I'm trying to paced. It was weirdly paced season. Um, I don't know. It just was not. It wasn't a great ender. I really don't think so. I think that if they had another season, maybe, but yeah, they probably should have ended it here. Yeah. Maybe last season should have been an ender when they were like we shouldn't have seen them outside of college. To me, I mean outside of high school or whatever. To me, but I do have to say the tribute that they did for Fezco for Angus Cloud was amazing. That was great. Her Ruth seeing him in the afterlife practically. Like the whole story where they said that he escaped and everything like that. That was pretty cool. As you guys might not know, the last season, the season before this, Fez was shot and screaming for Ash, and Ash decided to light up all of the police people before he got lit up inside of that toilet. I mean, inside of the tub. Ash went out like a motherfucking gangster. And now that kid is I think he's a professional boxer now. Yeah, it's crazy, by the way. Also rest in peace to Angus Cloud. That I think that was a good way to not allow his character to die, but also to have that character in Rue's afterlife, which was kind of trippy. I'm not trippy, but was kind of like, okay, so this is really, it's not really Rue, it's really Angus Cloud. And I don't know how they figured out a way to do it where it doesn't look really CGI or like any, they did a really good job with this. Like I said, Coleman Domingo really becoming the father figure that he was supposed to be. Ali, I'm sorry, yeah, that's his character's name is Ali. Yeah. And then I think lastly Cassie's sister was just like she's just an afterthought like throughout this whole entire time. Yo, it's just weird. Like I didn't understand it. I really didn't. I really didn't understand her role or her purpose in this show. I really don't. It didn't make any sense. So overall, I think it wasn't the greatest series finale. I don't think HBO sucks at ending series. I can tell you that. We didn't know it was supposed to be a series finale, and then we figure out, oh well, yeah, I guess it's a series finale because you just killed off the main character. So I think it's also crazy that they never brought Rue's sister back. They barely brought her mother back. So that was kind of stupid too. It just didn't make any sense this last season. Like I don't get it. I really didn't get it. So yeah, it really fell off. Let's be real. I think they had plans for Angus Cloud. I really do. I think Fezco was supposed to not die. And so I don't know. So it sucks, man. It was just HBO has great series, just don't know how to close them. The only one I think they closed, like I wouldn't say perfectly, but it was closed right, was The Sopranos. That was the smart. Actually, now I think about it, years later, that was the smartest ending they could have did to not fuck it up. just not fuck it up. I guess this is what it was. So, overall though, as a series, Euphoria was a great series. It was a great series. Great leading by Zendaya. She did an amazing job as a lead. Really like standout stars, of course, with Sydney Sweeney and old girl played fucking Maddie, and also Claude Apatow, right? That's Apatow. Yeah. This is right. Am I messing her name? I messed her name up. Nah, yeah, I definitely messed her name up. Judd Apatow's daughter. Okay, I'm sorry, my bad. I'm bad with names sometimes. So yeah, man, I would overall great series. Overall weird series, completely weird series. And that's pretty much all I can tell you guys about Euphoria. So if you guys get the chance, definitely go check out Euphoria on HBO. All 3 seasons are on the Max app now. Okay, so we're gonna go on to superhero shit. Actually, The Boys. I don't think I talked about the season all year. I mean, all season long. This was the series finale of The Boys. Yeah. That's about how you had to end it. That's about it. Yeah. I don't see anything wrong with the way they ended The Boys. I really don't. By the way, hopefully everybody doesn't understand. Like, these are full spoilers today. These are full spoilers. These are nothing but spoilers. I'm gonna be talking a lot of shit. So, I'm trying to think how I want to explain this. To kill off Homelander, kill off Homelander was that had to be as violent as they had to make it. And for Butcher to do what he did with that fucking crowbar was just it was poetic justice, sadly. The most violent way of poetic justice ever. And I love that they kept with the iconic crowbar, which if you guys don't know, like that's like on the front of like most of the times when you see the comic of the boys, you see, Billy Butcher with a crowbar. That's why it was big. I would have to say it was great. It was a great ending. It did have to be Huey to do it, to kill Billy Butcher too, by the way. That was the only person I probably would have been able to stop him. I think Mother's Milk wouldn't have stopped him because it was like, all right, well, we got the big bad, but he still had little minions left that were scared. We still got them superhero, those people with the V, with the V, you know what I mean? And we got to get rid of them. The only person with V1 left was Soldier Boy, and he's pretty much detained. And so Butcher was never going to stop. And Butcher knew that he was alone at this point. His son didn't want to be around him. His dog just died. Mother's Milk was going back to his family. Huey and Starlight were definitely gonna split off too. So Butcher was alone, and Butcher was just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do this. I have to kill all the Soups. If I don't kill them all, then that's my mission. That was the mission to begin with. And it wasn't just me killing Homelander, it was me killing Soups. So to know that's what he had to do and Huey had to stop him was, yeah. And also it was definitely a suicide. Suicide mission. That was going to be a suicide mission inside Vault Tower for sure. It was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He was going to do the poison and kill all the Soups, and that was just the way he was going to do it. And Huey was the only one to stop him. And Huey, once again, that would have affected not just Homelander. Not just Butcher. It would have affected Huey. Don't forget, he doesn't have his powers, and then also would affect Starlight. You know what I mean? Would have killed his girl. So I think the ending to The Boys was great. That was a great ending. That's how you had to end it. Like, that's just the way it had to go. Huey and Starlight having a kid. Mother's Milk being back with his family and bringing in Ryan, who was Billy Butcher's, really Homelander's son, and to do that, I think that the host of weird villains and heroes of this season was really well. I think that all the episodes nothing was bad about these episodes. I think that it really led to something, unlike From, but we'll talk about From when the season ends. I think that to bring in these host of heroes slash villains, these weird ones, of course, I think they did a really good job. I think they brought them in very well. I think that Jensen Ackles, Homeland, Soldier Boy was amazing. I think he was a great addition to this show. To see the episode with him, Dean, with with him, Dean, goodness gracious, with Homelander, Mr. Marathon, and then also, what was his name? Toxic Avenger, Toxic something. To see all of them together, really it was okay, just in case people don't know, if you haven't watched Supernatural, it was Castiel, Dean, and Sam all in the same room having a conversation, trying to figure out how they're going to kill Homelander in a raunchy way, and they were able to curse and all the rest of that cool shit. It was amazing to see. Don't forget, this was an Eric Kripke show, so he definitely was bringing back all of them at some point, and to have them all in one screen was great. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was definitely nostalgia. I was like, we need another season of Supernatural. This just tells us that we need another season. They really dropped the ball on that one. But actually, just in case, my bad, I'm just going to like definitely cut off from everything else. There is a Supernatural continued comic book series. Just put it out there. I got some of the issues. I can't wait to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm doing indie comics right now, but when I don't have any more indie comics left, I'm definitely going to be talking about that comic book series. But continuing on, to see all of them on camera was great. I like I said, it was definitely brought back the nostalgia in my feels. I wanted to cry. I was like 17. So yeah, but like I said, overall, the Boys series finale was good. It was definitely good. It wasn't. I like that they didn't try to lead us up into doing the Soldier Boy series. I'm glad they didn't do that shit. It brings me great joy that they didn't fucking try that. Just take Soldier Boy out of the picture, not kill him, but take him out of the picture and just let this be a Homelander like finale. Thank you. I appreciate that. What I don't appreciate is them canceling Gen V. That was some bullshit. And okay, there is one problem I did have. The underutilization of Marie Monroe. I didn't understand that. She was the only one. She's the only one that probably, without the poison, could have killed Homelander herself, or not, or at least to say, or at least fucked them up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand why we didn't use her, but that part pissed me off. And then to know that there's no more Gen V was just like, then what do we have her here for? Why did y'all even bring her? Like, it didn't make any sense. Y'all made that character into a glorified babysitter. That's literally what she was. She was a babysitter. So yeah, that's the only thing I really disliked about this season. That was actually one of the bigger ones. Like, what was the what was like? Why did y'all need her so bad and then not need her anymore? Like, it didn't make any sense. It was so dumb. They made angered. It definitely angered the shit out of me. That's all I can say. All right. But that's The Boys. That's it's on Amazon Prime. If you guys get a chance, that is the series finale of it. So definitely, if you guys get a chance, go check it out. And then also the spinoffs are coming out. Like I said, you guys got 2 seasons of Gen V, and then you also have Vault Rising and The Boys Mexico is supposed to be coming out too very soon. So you know what I mean? We got a lot of boy shit coming out. Also, if you haven't seen Diabolical, there is a Diabolical series where they have, it's kind of like an anthology series. I'm sorry, definitely. It's an anthology cartoon series of The Boys. If you guys get a chance, definitely go check that out. What's next? Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna hold off on this. I'm gonna talk about. How about this? I'll talk about the series, the Murdaugh Death in the Family series. This is gonna be very quick. This is probably gonna be a Patreon episode. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is probably a preview to Patreon. But the Murdaugh series. The dad did it. This is okay. We're done. No, no, just joking. Allegedly, dad did it. He's a piece of shit. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. It's a bad. I won't say it's a bad family. I won't say the family was bad. I say that the 2 boys are the elder son for sure is suspicious. He's a very suspicious dude. Was he possibly gay and killed that one kid? Maybe. That was kind of like alleged and everything like that. Allegedly, by the way, everything I'm saying is by allegedly. This is just completely for educational purposes. Did the dad do it? I don't know. Like, I went down a TikTok rabbit hole, and to watch this series, they made us really dislike the father, that he was a piece of shit. And if he called someone Bo that many times, I'm will run my head through a brick fucking wall. Holy mother! How many times can you call a person Bo? And Bo, to us, if you're from Virginia, Bo is something else to me. And I don't, and I just I didn't understand it. I definitely wanted to, yeah. His kid possibly, well, not even possibly, his kid driving the boat and killing that poor girl. Um, definitely started the ripples into their fabric for sure. Definitely it made it showed real cuts in their armor. I don't want to say the other word because I don't want to get in trouble. It definitely showed those cuts in the armor, and that you can tell that they started losing their grip on the community. And but I'm going to talk about Murdoch's death in the family probably tomorrow on Patreon. But I do want to also say, go check that shit out. It's a great show. I think it's Hulu. I think it's on Hulu. If you guys get a chance, definitely go check that shit out. It's amazing. It was a really good docudrama. I would have to say they did a really good job with it. Just putting it out there. Okay, I'm going to continue on though with DTF St. Louis. Sorry, I got him. I kept seeing it and it was bothering me. All right, DTF St. Louis. Jason Bateman, David Harbour. It's a murder mystery. We know the person's murdered in this show, and it's a weird friendship. I don't think I've ever been friends with somebody like this in my life. Every episode, when you think you know what happened, at the end of the episodes will tell you something completely different happened. Something completely different that's completely out of left field happened throughout this whole entire mystery. And we're watching the weirdest friendship / marriages of all. This shit is weird. So it's a weatherman and a sign language interpreter become best friends, and it's almost tipping to the point of a homosexual relationship. If we're being honest, it was very close. Very close to me. I was like, at some point the last ball's going to drop, last thing's going to drop, where it's going to be like, oh, they're gay. Okay, so they started being with each other. It never happened, but I was sitting here like, it's a weird fucking It's too close for me. They sign up for this app called DTF St. Louis, pretty much like Tinder, where you go meet up with people and hook up and stuff like that. It's a hookup app and shit like that. So, you got one friend that made a fake profile. One friend makes a fake profile and tries to have another person that was fake be the person that he was being. The shit was weird. It was weird. It was weird. One I'm just gonna say this. One person wanted to watch the other person have sex with their wife. Pretty much some cuckold shit. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. HBO Max, if you guys get a chance. And the way he dies, most unexpected way. And he's dead. He's dead. The person's dead. I think by the end of the episode, the person's dead. But how we get there is where this whole weird fucking thing is happening in the middle. And beforehand, you just don't know. You don't know what happened. And like I said, the way he dies is you won't think that's the way he died. You won't think it. Yeah, I promise you won't. You would just sit there and be like, yeah, he shouldn't have died like that, huh? That was a little weird. That was that was because at some point you're going to sit there and you're blaming the best friend. Yeah, at least for the first couple episodes, you're blaming him, you're blaming the wife, you're blaming somebody else. Somebody from the app. All this shit. There's like 4 different suspects that you're going to blame. There's 4 of them that you're going to sit there and be like, yeah, that person did it. Oh, no, hold on. Maybe that person did it. No, wait, hold. Oh, we're going back to the other person. Okay, cool. Okay, so he did it. Nope. It is a great whodunit. I will have to say that it's a great way of. It was a very unique way to do a whodunit to me. I think that's what this whole thing. It was just the weird shit in the middle of the whodunits was like, oh, this is a rabbit hole I didn't think I needed to get down, but we're down this rabbit hole now. So yeah, I'm just saying, if you guys get a chance, definitely go check out HBO Max's DTF St. Louis. That shit is fucking crazy. It's a crazy ass show. I promise you that. You will not be surprised. It's crazy. So yeah. So that's DTF St. Louis. I don't want to give away too much. I know I always tell you guys I'm going to start doing spoilers and shit, but I definitely want you guys to check this out. I know it's a weird show. I promise you, it's super fucking weird. Weight bearing sex stuff, weird. Like, and I know you guys like weight bearing. Yes, you're welcome. I had to learn it, so you're gonna have to learn it. Yeah, great show. So, where are you? Okay, so lastly, we're gonna so if you're listening to the podcast right now, tomorrow, well, probably tonight. I'll probably do it tonight. I think I don't fucking know, but we'll do it at some point. I'm going to start doing Bleach Tuesday. So, Bleach the Calamity comes out this week in movie theaters, and so your boy's gonna be there. All right. Yeah, we're going to see Ichigo on the big screen. Ichigo, cool. We get to see the king, man. Let's go. Okay, sorry, my bad. I'm sorry. Only. Okay, cool. Hold on. Scene. Okay, so yeah, we get to see Ichigo on the fucking big screen. So good. So sorry. Come on, Andrew. Get your shit together. Man. It's okay, man. So I think it's going to be like the first 3 episodes of this next season, of the final season, apparently. But apparently we got big news about Bleach coming out. That we had some big news possibly about Bleach. Once I find out it's official, that's when I'm going to talk about it. But I'm very excited about the manga. Okay, continue on. But yes, Bleach is coming back this Thursday. And so your boy is going to be in the movie theater watching it. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm completely ready. Number 1. Okay, continue on. But yeah, we're gonna start doing Bleach Tuesdays. I know I used to do Bleach Fridays, but I think that we need to start doing Bleach Tuesdays because I completely forgot why. Oh, mostly because of my memory. Because I wanted to watch the episodes like 2 or 3 times. And also I will forget shit. So yeah, we're gonna be doing Bleach Tuesdays. Can't wait to do that. And pretty much breaking down the episodes from there. And also if I do start doing that, I'll probably start doing Bleach Fridays where we get back to watching the original series of Bleach. And that's gonna be fun. That should have been taking 4 years to do, but it did not. I was not thinking. So with that, I would like to say where you can find the Cruising Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, you can find latest updates to the show. It's on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finance. And with that, I like to say I love all of you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening to the Cruising Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and I would like to say I'll catch you guys. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.